Hi, I'm back again, and we are doing part two of the Photoshop tutorial. I have a different picture in front of me now. I am going to work on just quickly to review cropping and sizing, and then to show you how I can make the face of this man a little bit more to pop out from under his hat. It's a little dark. The rest of the photo is exposed correctly, so I don't want to, I don't want to mess with it too much. Here is the photo, and I am going to put it in Photoshop. It's on my desktop. I'm dragging it to Photoshop to open it. Here's the photo. Quickly, I'm going to crop it. My cropping tool is this little funky square thing here. I just want this much of the photo. I'm going to crop all those other people out of this nice photo. Make it a little different here. Bring the sky down just a scooch, and bring this up just a scooch too. Okay, that's a good size for my photo. I really like it. I think the horizon line looks quite straight. Let me click on it again. See if that horizon line is straight indeed. It looks quite good. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the ocean if your horizon line is straight or not. I'm gonna make it right like that. You have that nice little layer of stratus fog coming in, the sparkling ocean. This nice gentleman hanging out right here. Now, you can do a couple things to change the coloration of this photo. You go to Image at the top here, and a menu comes down. Go to Adjustments. You can do all kinds of things with this. There's one that's pretty easy, though, and that is your levels. Levels will bring the entire picture. It will change it a bit. So let me show you. These are the darks, the lights, and the midtones reflected on here. So here's the darks. I'm going to slide this dark slider down. As you can see, when you slide the dark down, the photo just gets darker and darker. The color gets more saturated and intense until you can hardly even see it. If you wanted him to be a silhouette, perhaps, but that's not what we're after. The lights, and if you turn the lights on, pretty soon the whole thing gets all blown out and you can barely see it. But there, we can now finally see his face. How about that? And then these are the midtones, so you might want to bring the darks down a little, bring the lights up a little, and then shift the midtones until we could see his face a bit better. And all of the tones on his body kind of naturally come out. But now the ocean looks a little washed out, and I'm not sure I like that at all. So I'm not going to do it with the levels this time. Sometimes you're going to want to use that, but we're going to use the little dodge tool here. We're just going to this is the dodge tool, and dodge and burn are tools that photographers long ago used in the darkroom to overexpose one portion of a photograph or underexpose one portion. And I'm going to just keep this moving around and just kind of lighten up his face a little with that. Oh, I can see him a little better. And now we can see his face a little better. I can do a little more. I was practicing and I held it down in one place too long, and he had a very rosy cheek. Now you have more definition in the face. And I don't need a whole lot here. I think you can see the face pretty well, and I'm satisfied with this. Let me blow it up and look at it on a closer level. All right, now if we go up to his face, we can use the tool's really big now. Can you get a smaller size? Okay, we just go like that and get some more on his face. All right, now when we go back to we go back, you can see I've accidentally glowed outside of the shape of him. I'm not sure that's the greatest example or not, but something you want to play with yourself. We can now what we want to do is save this. So I'm just going to show you how to. Actually, I'm going to step back. You can undo a little bit. I overdid his dodge tool. You can undo and then you can step backward, and that takes you back. There, I got rid of the glow behind his face a little bit. That got a little ridiculous. I was over having fun. Let's see. Now what we want to do is save our photo and get it ready to put on our website. So what we're going to do is File. We're going to save as. What I want you to think about is how you're going to do photos for a long time and find them again. This photo is my husband. It's taken from the Lost Coast Trail that we did last year as a hike. I have written a piece about it that I have not yet published, but I'm working on it. And so I'm going to give these photos a slug. All my Lost Coast Trails photos are going to be slugged LCT 17, because that's when we did the Lost Coast Trail in 16 as well. So this is LCT 17, and then I'm going to give it today's date because today is the date I worked on it, but I could also give it the date that I took the photo. Matter of fact, let's give it that date. So it was, let's say it was 05, that's May, and it was the 14th, and it was 17, or 2017. 2017. I think you should give your all your photographs a slug and a date, and it will make it easier 10 years from now to find the things that you once found long ago, or that you took long ago and you can't find anymore. You're like, oh, that was Lost Coast Trail 17. I want that picture. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. That is the correct format, the best format for our blogs. I'm going to save it at this option, 10. And we are now ready with a photo to look at and put on our blog. If you are working in a photo room and you want to add caption information onto the photo, if you're distributing it to an editor, you would go to what I just did. I did File, and I did File Info, and then this screen comes up. This information embeds with the photograph. And so if you create something here and an editor opens it up at USA Today, for example, they're still going to be able to see all of this information. Lost Coast Trail 17, Dave at, this place is Cooksey, and my name should go on here. Whenever you put your names on things like these that end up perhaps online, etc., it will help search engines better find hiker. I'm going to just say my title is actually Associate Professor. You can write a description with a photo here. Dave Pike prepares to camp at Cooksey Creek, 8 miles south on the south of Trailhead, Mattole Trailhead on the Lost Coast Trail. We're going to talk more about writing captions. It's great to throw keywords in here: hiking, California, Lost Coast Trail. That will help search engines as well that are looking for things. And then I can put my copyright, all rights reserved. I don't want anyone to run my photo without asking me first. And then I'm going to, all that information is now in there. And it's ready for me to save and to upload onto my blog. I have this photo. It has been saved. It is on my desktop. It's named LCT17, etc. And I can find it on my desktop when I go there. Hopefully, here it is right here. This is my photo that I'm going to now upload to my blog, and I'll show you how to do that in another tutorial. Thanks for paying attention. Call me once again if you have any questions. Thanks.